JR.
Diedrich, what's going on, man?
How you doing, bud?
Oh, hanging out. It's so awesome to be able to talk to you. The Drew Carey Show, my all-time favorite TV show of all time.
Cool. Thanks, man. That's mine too, by the way.
I bet so.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're going to talk about the new Batman cartoon that's out on the Cartoon Network, where you are the voice of the Dark Knight himself, right?
That's right. I'm Batman.
What's it like? I mean, I guess let me back up. What do you prefer? I mean, if you could be in front of the camera or behind the microphone, lending your voice, what do you enjoy more?
Oh, I'll tell you, JR. This is the God's honest truth. If animation paid as much as on-camera work, that's all I would do.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, it's so much fun, and everybody's really nice in the world of animation. And also, it takes so little time. It's incredible.
Really?
Oh yeah, you're in, you're out.
It seems
fantastic. I mean, most of the time you don't work with other actors, so you just go in and do your lines and split.
It seems like that would be a lot harder to do, though, because you don't have that.
You just kind of create the whole thing in your head. Because you're already on different planets, or you're 10 feet tall or whatever. So you got to have an active imagination.
Right. What was your favorite cartoon when you were growing up?
Super Friends was really my favorite.
Yeah.
I loved the Wonder Twins, but I loved all the all the dudes there. Wonder Woman with the invisible plane, where you could still see Wonder Woman. That was the thing that I never really got. What was the point of the invisible plane if you could still see her?
Exactly. Yeah. It's these things that keep me up at night.
Me too, man.
So, talking about your acting and just the number of different roles, I was looking at IMDb, which is one of my favorite websites. I didn't know you were on 21 Jump Street.
Oh, that's going back. Yeah.
That is awesome.
That was like, oh, God, 20 years? I don't even know how long ago that was.
Yeah, it was like 87, I think, is when that show was started. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Me and little Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that is crazy. I was looking at, you showed up a couple of times on the Fresh Prince and different stuff. So it's really cool. And then one of my favorite roles that you played as far as on the big screen was Jethro and Jethreen and the Beverly Hillbillies. That had to have been a blast.
It was. It was really fun to work with Lily and Cloris and Dabney Coleman and all those guys. It was really cool. And, of course, the great Jim Varney was absolutely fabulous to work with and such a nice guy.
Yeah. Wow. I can't even imagine. That just it just looked like such a fun movie to make. When did you realize that you wanted to act?
I was actually 4 years old, JR. Before I wanted to be an actor, I wanted to be a spider monkey. And that's actually one of the cool things about animation, because last week on Ben 10, I got to play a spider monkey.
You got to be a spider. Your lifelong dream has finally come true.
Absolutely. I am now complete.
When did you realize that you could do this for a living? At what point?
I was on vacation in Santa Fe, New Mexico with my parents, and I met a casting director at a dinner party. I guess I was like 20 or something, and she asked me to come in and read for a show, and I just thought, wow, this is wild. And then the show was actually a Western. So I got to put on a cowboy hat and my guns, and I rode a horse, and it was really fun. It was like being a kid and pretending, and that's when I realized I'd chosen the right profession, because I got to be a child all the time.
And then the Drew Carey Show came along, and it just, I have never seen a cast fall together and just play off of each other so well. How much of that was ad-lib?
There was actually a lot of ad-lib on the Drew Carey Show, and I was always surprised at how much they kept, because, we would do a couple of takes that were as written, and then we would do one really just basically to crack us up and also to crack up the studio audience, because you have to keep them on your side as much as possible.
Right.
And a lot of times during those takes, we were actually genuinely laughing at each other.
Right.
Like completely broke character, and we're just laughing.
The funniest thing...
I was really surprised at how much the executive producer and creator of the show, Bruce Helford, actually kept in of those takes.
It's the funniest thing for me is watching and seeing you guys where you're trying not to laugh.
Right, exactly.
Especially with your character and just in your face. You could just see the pain if you're just trying not to lose it. That's hilarious.
I love to laugh, and it was a funny show, and working with Ryan Stiles, it was very hard not to laugh. The guy is just a genius, and I was truly blessed to be around him.
That's one of the things. It's one of the things that had me going. That a lot of this has got to be ad lib. It just at such an impromptu comic that Ryan Stiles is.
Oh yeah, he is truly amazing. You literally did not know what was going to happen when you started, and that it made it really fun to go and do the show. One of my
all-time favorite movies is Office Space, and Lawrence on Office Space. Just man, I mean, I don't even know. Like you're watching this movie and you're just like, how does this even come? How did they even create this? I mean, that character.
Yeah. Well,
how did Lawrence come about?
Mike Judge has his own, deal going on, and we actually shot that in Austin.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we shot that up in Austin. It was actually really cool. What a nice town.
Yeah. Oh, I love Austin. Yeah, that's wow. I see. You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
So,
he at that time was a resident of Austin and didn't really leave it for a really long time. And it was cool to shoot there. It was really fun. But a beautiful town, and Mike really had a singular vision about that movie, and I think that's ultimately why it's lasted as long as it has. It's
almost, I mean, even today, it's got like a cult following more than anything.
Yeah, totally. That and Napoleon Dynamite, both real cult movies.
Exactly, but they're just so hilarious. It's unreal. And it's got that really sarcastic humor, which is. That is me to a T. That's probably why I love that movie so much. What I want to ask you, what are some of Diedrich's guilty pleasures? Is there like a CD that you listen to that you would hope nobody would ever catch you jamming out to?
I don't know if there really is. You know what is the goofy? I am such a geek that I actually watch Antiques Roadshow. That would probably be something I wouldn't want anybody to know.
I totally watched that show.
It really relaxes me. It has nothing to do with show business, and because when you're in the business, it's not actually relaxing to sit down and watch somebody else's show.
Right.
So it's fun, and I like watching it. It truly relaxes me. Have a glass of wine and watch Antiques Roadshow. Do
you ever watch like yourself? Do you ever watch old shows that you've done?
Oh no, never. I watch the animation stuff that I do.
Yeah, but you don't have like the Drew Carey box set or anything.
Oh no, I'm constantly disappointed every time I watch myself.
Why?
I look nothing like the young Sean Connery. I'm like, wow, look at that dude. Look at that huge head.
What was, I know it's going to be hard to pick because, I mean, it's like probably like musicians, what's your favorite song? Everyone, their newest song is their favorite one. What's your favorite role that you've played?
Batman.
By far, Batman, huh?
By far, Batman. Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, I watched the premiere on Friday with my son, and he's 5 years old, and I thought the little dude was just going to burst into flame. He was so happy, and that's really what does it. But the scripts are great, and the creative team is really, really nice, and we got great guest stars. And then actually to see it all together and to be really proud of it, it's an amazing thing. Because, in animation, once it's out of your hands and they start to animate it, you never really know. It really is truly out of your hands, unlike like a sitcom where you're really doing it, so you have more control.
Right.
It's out of your hands. And when Batman came back and I saw the animation style, I first saw it at Comic-Con. I was so happy that it has such a cool look to it.
Right. That's awesome, man. I think it's great. And of all superheroes to be, Batman is like, I mean, it's the coolest of them all.
I think he's the coolest because, Batman has no superpowers.
Right.
That was the thing that always, upset me when I watched Super Friends was that, Superman, he just can do whatever he wants.
Right.
So where's the challenge in that?
Right.
But Batman, it's the classic DC comic, Detective Comics, because he actually figures things out. He considers himself a detective.
Yep.
And he's trained his body in the martial arts, and then he's got that, incredible utility belt.
Yeah, I mean, that's a must-have, though, for anybody.
Everybody's got to have a utility belt. I highly recommend it.
Diedrich, thank you so much for taking time to talk with us this morning. I really appreciate it. It has been awesome talking to you. I'm telling you, Oswald was my favorite TV character of all time.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. appreciate that.
It's hilarious. Thank you so much. Best of luck to you and with Batman, the Brave and the Bold on the Cartoon Network.
Thanks very much.
We'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right, bye.